Did you know that there are royal guards who are very loving? Why are there royal guards who can break protocol? The British Royal Guards are an iconic image that symbolizes the tradition, discipline, and solemnity of the British monarchy. With their impeccable scarlet uniforms and imposing bearskin hats, they are figures that represent not only the stability of a nation, but also the continuity of centuries of history. But behind this facade of strict seriousness are human beings who, at times, remind us that even in the most rigid institutions there is room for empathy, respect, and human connection. The primary mission of the Royal Guards is to protect the British monarchy, a task that includes both security roles and ceremonial functions. Every day, his presence at Buckingham Palace, Windsor Castle, and other historic sites attracts thousands of tourists fascinated by his unwavering seriousness and professionalism. Trained to remain in character under any circumstances, guards are prepared to ignore distractions, tourist pranks, and even unexpected situations. This ability to remain still and serious has made them a symbol of British discipline. However, its rigid protocol also makes any deviation from this norm even more significant. Since their formation in the 17th century, the Royal Guards have been a pillar of the British monarchy. His stoic image not only symbolizes protection, but also respect and continuity. For this reason, any moment in which a guard shows a gesture of kindness or empathy has a profound emotional impact, breaking traditional expectations and reminding us that there are real people behind the uniform. But what does breaking character really mean to these guards? It means responding, even minimally, to the humanity around them. And although it is not something that happens frequently, when it does, it becomes a magical moment that resonates both with the audience present and with those who see these interactions on social networks. When the Royal Guards show respect or kindness amidst their strict protocols, the impact is immediate and powerful. These gestures not only humanize the guards, but also reinforce the bond between the monarchy and the people. A simple smile, a nod, or a discreet greeting can transform an ordinary moment into something extraordinary. The British Royal Guards are known for their steadfastness, discipline, and unwavering composure. Since their formation in the 17th century, their main role has been to protect the monarchy, but they also represent the image of a nation proud of its traditions. Every movement, from his impeccable changing of the guard to his solemn stance in front of Buckingham Palace, is designed to maintain the dignity of the crown. Did you know that being a royal guard is one of the most demanding professions in the world? Why do they have such strict rules? The British Royal Guard is renowned around the world for its impeccable discipline, unwavering stance, and ability to remain serious under any circumstances. These guards, with their iconic uniforms and legendary stoicism, symbolize the tradition and rigor of the British monarchy. However, there are times when even they break character, putting aside their seriousness to offer gestures of kindness and respect that touch everyone's hearts. To understand the impact of these very human moments, it is essential to understand the role played by the Royal Guards. Since their formation in the 17th century, they have been a pillar of the British monarchy. Its main mission is to protect the monarch and his official residences, in addition to representing the prestige and tradition of the crown in public ceremonies. Every day, thousands of tourists flock to Buckingham Palace, the Tower of London, and other historic sites to see the guards in action. His seriousness, perfect posture, and ability to ignore distractions are one of the UK's most iconic attractions. For this reason, when a guard breaks character to interact with someone, especially people with special needs, that moment becomes something extraordinary. The Royal Guards are known for their strict training and their ability to maintain composure under any circumstances. From their rigorous military training to instruction in royal protocol, their preparation is exhaustive. Each guard goes through an intensive training program that ranges from physical discipline to mastery of ceremonial etiquette. Guards are trained to endure extreme cold, sweltering heat, and long hours of immobility, all while maintaining impeccable posture. No matter what is happening around them, they are expected to remain stoic and focused on their work. However, in some cases, humanity prevails over discipline, and that is when those special moments occur that remind us that, behind the uniform, there is a person with emotions. Although their main objective is to protect the security of the monarchy, the royal guards also understand the importance of their role as cultural ambassadors. On several occasions, moments have been captured in which these imposing soldiers have broken character to show gestures of respect and kindness towards the public. One of the most poignant cases occurred when a little boy, dressed in a uniform similar to that of the royal guard, timidly approached the security line. To everyone's surprise, the guard broke his usual posture and gave him a slight military salute, leaving the boy excited and creating an indelible memory for his family. Another viral moment shows a guard slightly bowing his head as a sign of respect to a person with a disability who was watching the ceremony with admiration. This small gesture, although discreet, was enough to move those who witnessed the scene. These acts of kindness remind us that, behind the discipline, there is a deep sense of respect for the public. One of the most interesting aspects of the royal guards is their ability to balance tradition and empathy. While their training prepares them to be unflappable, they know that on special occasions, a small gesture can mean the world to someone. The British monarchy represents history, legacy, and solemnity, but it has also evolved over time. The guards understand that, in the age of social media, every interaction with the public can become a viral event, showing a more accessible and human image of the institution. A clear example of this occurred during a parade when a tourist lost his cap due to a gust of wind. In an unexpected act, a guard briefly bent down to return the tourist's cap, drawing applause from the crowd. Social networks have played a key role in the spread of these unexpected gestures. Platforms such as TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram have amplified the popularity of these moments, showing the world a softer side of the royal guards. A guard who broke his stance to calm a crying child. The crowd was amazed when the guard tilted his head slightly and smiled at the boy, managing to calm him down without breaking the formality of his service. The moment a guard helped an elderly woman cross the street during a ceremonial parade. This spontaneous gesture captured global attention, showing that duty and compassion can coexist. A group of children greeting a guard, who returned a discreet greeting. The gesture moved parents and generated an emotional reaction on social networks. These moments of kindness have not only strengthened the image of the royal guard, but have also brought the British monarchy closer to ordinary people, reminding them that behind traditions there is humanity. The royal guards have shown that their rigidity is not at odds with humanity. Each kind gesture reinforces the connection between the monarchy and the people, and shows that respect is not only based on following strict rules, but also on knowing when it is appropriate to show closeness. These moments have contributed to people seeing the guards as accessible figures, capable of empathizing with the emotions of the public without losing their professionalism. Interacting with children, the elderly, and people with disabilities has led to even greater appreciation for their work and dedication. If you plan to visit London and witness the changing of the guard ceremony, it is important to remember that although the guards may show gestures of kindness, their work is serious and must be respected. Here are some tips for interacting with them appropriately. Maintain a respectful distance. Do not try to touch them or interfere with their progress. Avoid making inappropriate jokes. Respect their work and remember that they are there to fulfill a duty. Don't block their path. Guards have specific routes they must follow, so it's important to give them space. Enjoy the experience with respect. Capture photos and videos, but without interrupting your work. The royal guards are much more than stoic figures at the service of the monarchy. Through these moments of respect and kindness, they show us that even within the most rigid institutions, there is room for gestures that touch the heart. These acts not only strengthen the connection between guards and the public, but also inspire us to look for ways to incorporate more humanity into our own lives. Because at the end of the day, true greatness is not only found in following traditions, but in showing empathy and respect towards others. The royal guard's acts of respect and kindness have a much greater impact than might first appear. A discreet smile, a wave to a child, or a nod to someone in need are simple but deeply meaningful gestures. These moments are proof that you don't need a big display to touch hearts. What makes these interactions so special is their rarity. The expectation that guards maintain their stoicism makes any deviation from that protocol stand out even more. Every time a guard briefly breaks character to connect with someone, especially children, the elderly, or those with special needs, that moment becomes an indelible memory for those who experience it. In the age of social media, many of these moments have transcended the barriers of time and space, reaching global audiences. Videos of guards showing respect or empathy have racked up millions of views, generating admiration and appreciation for their role not only as solemn figures, but also as ambassadors of humanity amid the rigidity of protocol. For those who have witnessed these gestures firsthand, the impact is even deeper. These families and viewers often share their stories, describing how those brief moments have left indelible marks on their lives. Those moments don't just represent an interaction with a guard, they are memories full of emotion and meaning, which reinforce the importance of values such as respect and kindness. What the Royal Guards teach us through these moments of respect and kindness is invaluable. They remind us that even in roles loaded with solemnity and discipline, there is always room for empathy. These gestures inspire us to look for opportunities in our daily lives to show respect and kindness to those around us. Additionally, the guards serve as a reminder that tradition and humanity are not mutually exclusive. In fact, the true greatness of an institution like the Royal Guard lies in its ability to combine both, preserving its history and solemnity while demonstrating that human warmth can flourish in any context. Ultimately, the moments when the Royal Guards break character not only strengthen the bond between the monarchy and the people, but also offer us a valuable lesson about the importance of empathy in our own lives. They show us that, regardless of the circumstances, small gestures can have a lasting impact on others. Thank you for coming this far. Subscribe and comment in the comments what you want to see next on the channel. See you soon.